Hey guys, welcome and thanks for joining for another Warhammer Ranked Casted replay. Today we're going to have Bretonnia, Devil Zader playing as Bretonnia, and myself on the Empire. Got a fun build in store for you guys today. Now, for my opponent on Bretonnia, we have a front line of man-at-arms and some spears. In the back, we have 2 units of foot squires, along with the Regiment of Renowned Beast Slayers of Bastogne. These guys are anti-large and armor-piercing with decent amount of armor and very high leadership. For the Lord, we have the Fey Enchantress, running with, let's check out her spells. We have the Lore of Life, we have Earthblood and Awakening of the Wood. We also have Henri Le Massif, anti-infantry, knight, heavily armored, good anti-large and armor-piercing, so he'd be good to fight against my lord or any cavalry I have. And also a paladin to provide buffs and auras. And out on the flanks, we have a unit of Grail Knights hiding off into the woods. And we got a little peasant mob here off to the side as well. For myself, pretty standard stuff. We have a front line of archers, along with 3 units of Outriders in the right flank, heading out there to do some damage. We also have 4 Hellstorm rocket batteries, some more archers in the back, and a unit of Demigryph Knights with halberds. These guys are anti-large, armor-piercing, monstrous shock cavalry. And we have Karl Franz himself up on his mighty Hippogriff. So, as you can see, extremely ranged heavy build I wanted to try here with not much of a front line at all. Well, none, just some cavalry. And without further ado, we'll get this battle started. So the first thing I go for here is I set my rockets onto all his artillery to take out his trebuchets, and we end up getting some really nice damage onto his beast slayers and foot squires, just getting caught walking through the catapults as we're firing in. Outriders, they come in for a bit of a charge. We see, I was going to do some poke here on the flanks, but then we saw this paladin running straight in. I don't know if he's trying to come in to shut down or my rocket batteries or try to charge in there on some of my archers, but he's immediately met with my goon squad of Karl Franz and the Demigryph Knights. He takes a pretty good charge right to the face. Hellstorm rocket batteries, they continue to fire away. We pretty much take out 2 units of his artillery, so that nullifies that threat for now. Outriders, they decide to do some firing into the front line, just kind of softening up these spears and stuff. Karl Franz and the Demigryph Knights, they run off this paladin, no big problem there. He's kind of isolated out here on his own, maybe a little bit of a risky play. My front line of archers, they come up and take the field to start getting some fire down on his front line. These guys taking a, whatever that was that the, let's see here. I believe that was the Awakening of the Wood. Yes, Awakening of the Wood there. A little AoE explosion to slow them down, but didn't really do much damage. Archers, they fire in on the front line. Going to start taking out 1 unit at a time here. Karl Franz fighting off here with, they actually run into his Grail Knights, so we should do pretty good there, but my Demigryph Knights actually took quite a bit of damage. But that's okay. Outriders are going to be on this paladin. Karl Franz and the Demigryph Knights should be okay against these Grail Knights and a few basic units. In the middle, they kind of come together here. A bit of a micro mistake by me getting my archers all clumped up here quite a bit. But we do a good job taking out the first couple units here as the rockets continue to fire from the back line. Pretty much unhindered. Hitting a few of my own units, but really messing up his front line. Running off those Regiment of Renowned Beast Slayers, which was really nice. Pretty prime target. Outriders up on the hill, just take some shots at these men-at-arms, just to run some interference and keep them from getting onto my rockets in the back line. Over in the left flank, we just have Karl Franz cleaning up this paladin along with some Demigryph Knights. Outriders here to help support and provide a little bit of a buffer so these guys aren't taking direct damage so bad. My opponent, Bretonnia player, decides to run in the Fey Enchantress, runs her straight into these Hellstorm rocket batteries, just desperate to try to get these to stop firing because they are doing a lot of damage. They are really messing up his infantry, just making a mess out of anything he kind of sends in here. But Karl Franz, he gets the scent for blood. He sees the Fey Enchantress back here all by himself, so we send in Karl Franz to get on top of her, and he should be able to take on her and beat her up pretty good. She's pretty fast, and she does have some healing, but Karl Franz should be able to run her down on the old Griffin here pretty good. Rockets continue to fire on whatever targets they can get on. I still have all of them except for one online. I still have 3 online firing away. Outriders run interference for these men-at-arms and help clean them up so they can't get entirely on top of the Hellstorm rocket batteries. They did get on top of them, but they didn't shut them down from firing, so that's the main thing. Fey Enchantress charges in on some of my frontline archers here, my frontline boys, but Karl Franz is here to help run her off and clean that up a little bit. Over on the left, he gets some spears onto my archers, which is good. He runs those guys down, stops them from firing, but we just kind of keep trying to back them up and back them up. Outriders, they got run off at one point, but they're going to turn around here in a minute and come back and join the fight. A few Grail Knights rally. They come back into the fight a little bit. Probably going to come around, look for a flank. But all my archers in the front are still decently healthy and firing in, just cleaning up the rest of this infantry. So doing a good job there. Outriders, I send them in on his last field trebuchet. They can just charge in on that and stop it from firing. Should do pretty good here. Archers firing in on these Grail Knights. They're going to plow right through these archers, though. Pretty good charge there, shutting them down momentarily. Karl Franz, he finds his target. He finds the Fey Enchantress, and she's getting close to being routed off and outright killed. So with her going down and all his high-value units off the field and his artillery, we just have kind of peasant and man-at-arms type units left. Things are looking pretty good for me, and I think he's getting close to calling it in here. He decides to call it in and surrenders. If I was him, I would have kept fighting. He still had a decent amount on the field, but it was all quite low-quality stuff, and most of my range and Karl Franz was still pretty healthy and on the field, so bit of a crazy one, a little bit chaotic there. Just a quick one for you guys. I thought it'd be a little bit entertaining. This was a ranked game, so it was pretty funny that this build actually worked, and I don't know if we just mentally broke him or what, but we got the victory on this one. So well done to the Empire. Glory to Sigmar, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. And I do that every time. We will catch you guys on the next one, but let's take a quick look at the values first. For Bretonnia, pretty good value on the Fey Enchantress, actually, for charging in there on some of those archers and artillery, and she was doing a lot of healing. So as far as her support, the Paladin and the Knight, they did not too much, really. Kind of got run off pretty early. His Grail Knights actually got a pretty good amount of value. The Beast Slayers of Bastogne got basically nothing, 13 gold value. That's terrible. He just got taken out by the Hellstorm rockets before he could even get close, unfortunately for him. Foot Squires, not doing too much. Trebuchets, one of them getting not too bad a value, 500 value on one of them, but that's not too good. And everything else except for 1 or 2 man-at-arms units basically got no value. Karl Franz, 2,000 damage delta's gold value. That's pretty good. Mostly done on the Fey Enchantress and on his cavalry. Almost 2,000 gold unit for 2,000 gold damage for my Demigryph Knights, which was really nice, paying for themselves. Lots of value. Every rocket battery almost paying for itself, so really good work there. Outriders did okay. Not a hell of a lot of value, but they did their job for being mobile and running interference as much as they could. And all the archers, for being such a cheap unit, didn't get a crap load of value, but still better than the enemy infantry, so we will take it. Okay, guys, thanks for watching and joining. We'll see you on the next one.